Hello there, and welcome to today's heart-opening Vinyasa flow class. This is the first class in our series for February, focusing on heart-opening poses. And the other classes will be a Hatha style, a restorative style, and a Yin style. So give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to more heart-opening yoga poses, and subscribe to the channel to see the rest of the videos in this series. You don't need any special props for today's practice, just some blocks if you'd like them. So we'll get started today in tabletop. We'll start with our gentle spinal warm-up that also serves as some heart opening with cat-cow. So inhale, lift your tailbone up to the ceiling, reach your heart forward, and exhale, round through your spine. And inhale through cow pose. And exhale through cat. And keep moving with your own breath. And finish it out. And bring your feet together, knees apart, and sit back in a child's pose. Inhale in, and exhale, press back up to your tabletop. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, and make your way to downward dog. And walk out your feet, letting one heel drop towards the mat, and then the other. And then find some stillness. Inhale, and as you exhale, start to lower your knees, nice and slow. And then make your way to a half plank, so knees on the ground. Inhale, exhale, lower your chest down to the ground. Hands underneath your shoulders, and press up to cobra. And release. Take a couple more with your own breath. And release. And press up and back, finding your downward facing dog. And then take a walk up to the front of your mat, forward fold. Hang out here for a few breaths. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Release your hands. Inhale up to a flat back. And exhale, release. This is a great place for your blocks, so grab them if you're using them. We'll take some twists. So just one block is needed. Place it in the center. Place your left hand on the block or on the mat. Bend your left leg. Twist towards the right, reaching your right arm up. And release back down, taking your right hand to the mat or the block, bending your right knee, taking your left arm up, and twisting towards the left. And releasing back down. You can move your block out of the way. Inhale, up to a flat back, and release. Roll nice and slowly all the way up to Tadasana. Take your arms down, around, and up overhead. As you exhale, press your arms down, swim them behind your back, clasp your fingers, lengthen your arms down, and open up through your chest. One more breath here. And then gently release your hands. On an inhale, take your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, standing twist to the right. Back up to center, twist towards the left. Right arm in front of you, left hand behind you. One more time, each direction with your own breath. And reach up, maybe take a slight back bend here, and then swan dive, forward fold. And inhale up to a flat back, and release, plant your palms, step back to your downward dog. Take your left leg up on an inhale to a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and bring your foot through for a low lunge on the left side. And take a few breaths here. Maybe you have blocks on either side of your foot. Maybe your arms are up overhead. Take your arms up if you're feeling steady. If you're feeling a little unsteady, feel free to skip this. But clasp your hands behind your back, lengthen your arms down, and open up through your chest again. And gently release. And make your way back to your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up to a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and through to your low lunge on the right side. And start out by taking a few breaths here. And if you'd like, swim your arms around your back, clasp your hands and lengthen your hands down. And gently release. Make your way back to a plank or find a half plank. And hold for a few breaths. If your knees aren't already lowered, go ahead and lower them now, and then lower the rest of the way down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale up to cobra, and release. And then press up and back, and find a child's pose. Stay in child's pose longer if you wish. Otherwise, meet back in a downward dog. And inhale your left leg up to a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and through your lunge. This time, if you're feeling warm enough, take a high lunge. You can always come back down to a low lunge too. When you're ready, you can rise your arms up overhead. Once again, swim your arms around your back, clasp your hands, lengthen your hands down to open up through your chest. Eventually, bringing your arms back down, take a twist, plant your right palm on the mat or on a block, twist towards the left, left arm reaches up. And release, plant your palms, and make your way back to your downward dog. And same thing on the right. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, and through to a high lunge if you're feeling warm enough. And keep your hands maybe on blocks. Or rise up, arms overhead. Once again, swimming your hands around, clasping to open up through your chest. eventually releasing. And take a twist. So plant your left hand this time and twist towards the right. And release back down, making your way to either a child's pose, or if you prefer, coming straight to a downward dog. Eventually, we'll all meet at a forward fold at the top of the mat. Grab your block again. On an inhale, lift up to a flat back and release. Plant your right palm, bend your right knee and twist towards the left. And release. Plant your left palm or be on your left fingertips. Bend your left knee and twist towards the right. And release. Remove your block to the side. Inhale, lift up to a flat back and release. And roll up to standing. Nice and slow. Taking your arms up overhead. Exhale, press the air away. This time, find a wide stance. And turn your left toes to face the left. Right toes turn inwards, coming into warrior two. So left heel is bisecting your right arch. Inhale, taking your arms out to a T, and exhale, bend through your left knee, settling into your pose. Notice if you're caving in here from the center. Try and keep your chest nice and open. And take reverse warrior, flipping your left palm up, reach forwards around into the back. Right hand kickstands on your right leg. Again, opening up through the chest to the ceiling. And then cartwheeling around for side angle. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm reaches up overhead. And opening up through your chest. Notice if you're hunched over. And releasing back upright. We'll take the other side. So turn your right toes to the right. Left toes come in now. Right heel is bisecting your left arch. Inhale, take your arms out and exhale. Bend through your right knee. Check to make sure both hip points are pointing in the same direction to the side. We'll take a reverse warrior. Flip your right palm up. Reach forwards, around and back. Keeping a nice opening through the chest. And coming into side angle, finding that nice opening, twisting towards the ceiling. And coming back upright. From here, come back into your wide stance. Toes turned out and bend your knees, coming into goddess pose. So take a little bit to get set up. And then we'll take a little twist here. So start with your left elbow on your left leg. And your right arm will swim around your back. You might be able to take your right hand to your left thigh and wrap it around. As you can see, I can't. So I'm just going to keep my hand just on my low back. And that'll help me to open up through the chest towards the ceiling, just taking a little twist here. And release, come back to center. Feel free to stand upright for a moment if you'd like. Coming back into your goddess pose. This time, take your right elbow to your right thigh. Left hand swims around. Left hand either comes onto right thigh or just taking your left hand around your back like I am. And twist towards the left. before releasing back upright. From here, we'll take a wide leg forward fold. So maybe you grab your blocks again. Inhale and exhale, bend forward into your forward fold. And take a few breaths here. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, release. And we'll take a twist here as well. So take your right hand in the center. Twist towards the left. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Feel free to have a bit of a bend in your knees here if you'd like. And release. Taking your left hand to the center. Twisting towards the right. Taking your right arm up. And release. Take one more breath here. And on an inhale, lift up to a flat back. Pause here and continue coming back up nice and slow, taking as much time as you need. Maybe taking a nice big breath at the top. And make your way back up to the front of your mat in Tadasana. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale up to a flat back. And release. Plant your palms, step back to a downward dog. Take a couple breaths here, noticing how you feel. If the pose feels any different from where you started your practice today. Inhale. Then exhale, slowly start to lower your knees. And then from here, lower all the way onto your belly. From here, we'll come into Sphinx pose. So if you're on a hardwood floor, it might be nice to take a blanket to lay on. Start with your legs out long, maybe shake out through your legs and your hips, and take your arms out long to start as well. And then start to slide your elbows back and come into Sphinx pose with your elbows just in front of your shoulder. And if you find that this is too much on your low back, take your arms back down until you find a spot that's more comfortable. And that might be with your arms all the way out and your forehead on the mat. If you're up here, find a nice neutral gaze down. Maybe looking between your hands. Open up through your collarbones and your chest. Notice if you're hunched over, if your shoulders are close to your ears. See if you can create space between the ear and the shoulder. And opening up through your chest. And release back down. Take your forehead to the mat if you aren't already. And shake your hips gently from side to side. And then taking your hands underneath your shoulders, press back up. And come into heart to earth. So walk your hands towards the upper corners of your mat. Start to take your heart towards the earth. I like to keep my elbows lifted here. Your forehead may or may not come to the mat. Coming back up when you're ready. Pausing in tabletop to take another couple of cat-cow poses. Or coming back into a child's pose. Press back up out of your child's pose when you're ready and make your way onto your back. Once you get there, bring your knees into your chest, rock side to side, and then bring your feet back down to the mat. We'll be coming into bridge pose, so if you'd like a block to use with this, go ahead and grab one now. Plant your feet on the mat. Maybe you press your hands into the mat as well. And start by tucking your tailbone under and rolling up the rest of your spine into a bridge pose. It doesn't have to be very tall. If you'd like to be supported, you can place a block on, I like the lowest height, underneath your sacrum, and doing bridge pose this way. You might also clasp your hands underneath your body for more of a chest opening. And when you're ready, gently coming back down and maybe taking your knees into your chest once more. And release. Take your arms out into a T. Shift your hips over to the left. Draw both knees in and let them fall over to the right for recline twist. And bring your knees back up through center. And shift your hips through center and over to the right. And let both knees fall over to the left. Bring your knees and your hips back to center. And then set up for a Shavasana. Stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. This is where I'll leave you today. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a great rest of your day.